Okay. Hey, Nancy. Glad you could join me. Got some fun stuff today. Actually, I have 3 make and takes I'm doing. Doing this a little bit different than the usual Facebook Live. I've got some extra stuff happening. Like I said, I'm going to do 3 projects with you tonight. Over on my blog, I do have a downloadable PDF that has the project worksheet, that has all the supplies I'm using, the measurements, and all of the other information about classes that I have at La Roma's, the Christmas retreat that's coming up in September. Tomorrow is the final day for the early bird registration, so you can save $10 on your registration fee if you sign up by tomorrow. Otherwise, it goes up to $50 as of Tuesday. So I know, Nancy, you're all signed up, and Carol and Robin, so you're all set. But anybody else that might want to jump in, make sure you get in your payment. And I do have a link right under the events on our Facebook group to register for that retreat. Okay, so again, the downloadable PDF is on my blog. There is a link to use to get these projects. Okay, so the first project is this cute little Halloween shower cream container. It holds some treats, and it's using the new set called Trick or Tweet. It's one of my favorites I found in this set. It actually, or in this catalog. It's pretty stinking cute if you ask me. I'm trying to get my light in here so I can see and still see my phone too, so bear with me here. Okay, so it's Trick or Tweet. Wow, that tweet's got me going. And it's got this little mummy cat. It's got the little elephant who thinks he's a bat, the little dog, the little bird. We're going to use the little dog. I think he's a beautiful, or as in beautiful. So anywho, what we have here is we are going to use our Stampin' Blends today. Some of these are the new colors in the annual catalog. Some are new colors in the holiday catalog. Let's see, I don't need the yellow. I grabbed those. We need our dog. We need our stuff. Okay, so I got everything here, including candy. All right, so to make this, where did I put? There it is. I have a 6x6 piece of designer paper from the Cauldron and Bubble collection, and it's cut 6x6. And I want my stripes going up and down. The other side has these cute little ghosts on here. They're adorable. But I'm just going to put a little bit of a curve to my paper. It's just going to make making the sour cream container a little bit easier. So I'm just going to use my bone folder, and I'm just going to add a little bit of a curve. All the way around. I'm working with 6x6. It is a little bit awkward, as you can probably see here. But it does help when you're putting it together. There. So I now have a little bit of a curve to my paper here. And I'm going to bring in my tear and tape. These sour cream containers are really quite simple to do. I'm hoping. Bringing the camera over here a little more. Okay. Nancy, can you see me okay? All right, so we're just going to take the tear and tape, and I'm just going to run it along the edge here. Just like that. I just want to make sure it's adhered nice tight to the paper. And then using my pokey tool here, I like to, helps me pick up that little paper cover. And then just gonna roll it. Keeping those edges lined up. There we go. And then I just like to take my bone folder and run it up in there. That helps me adhere that down nice and tight. So now I'm just going to take another piece and I'm going to stick it right inside here. Don't need a very big piece, but we just need to get one end closed. Oh no! The comments aren't working? That's so strange. Okay, so anyway, let's get our tear and tape in there. So we're just putting it inside like so. I probably should have got that a little bit straighter, but it'll still work. So just going to get that paper off. There we go. Get that lifted. And then you're just going to close the one end by pinching it, just like that. All right, so now we have one end pinched closed. So now we can just drop in our candy. I've got these little apple flavored taffy. So now that they're in, this is going to close. Now we've closed this end this way. So this one's going to close this way. So again, just needs another piece of tear and tape. Just going to tear off a little piece here. Oop. Runaway candy. Get that down in there. And then, of course, what did I do with? Get that paper off there. Oop. There we go. And then just give it a squeeze. So now that's going in. You're trying your laptop. Okay. I'll still be here. We got a few projects to go yet. Okay. So that's the sour cream container. Now we're going to do our cute little decoration here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I need my snips here. I've got the shimmer ribbon. This is the basic black. I love this stuff. It's really silky smooth, and then there's all kinds of shimmer in it, and it's so pretty. So I'm just going to wrap this around the top here. And all I'm going to do is just tie it into a knot. Nothing fancy, just a basic knot. just like so. I love the shimmer ribbon. It's very elegant, but being black, it was also appropriate for Halloween. So just snip off my ends there like so. So we're right there. All right, so now I'm just gonna bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White and my Memento Black ink. Because remember, we're using the blends. We want to make sure we're using Memento. They are fun to make and fun to give. And like I said, it's always fun to fill them with treats and they don't know what's in it until they open it. If you're just joining us, my name's Katrina. I'm from Katrina's Creative Heart. Love to hear you to say hello. Nancy's here with us. Okay, there's our little dog. Set that aside. So now I'm just going to bring in my blends here. So I've got my color lifter because we're going to use that. We're going to use our crumb cake. We have Highland Heather. We have Basic Black. And we have the Granny Apple Green. So let's see. So I started with the Granny Apple Green and I'm going to do his little band on his hat. And I'm going to start with my lightest blend. And I'm just going to fill it in. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the dark colored blend and just go around the outline there. Just like so. And then bring back the light and just blend it out. I love these blends. They are easy to use and they're fun to use. All right. Then we're going to do his hat and we're going to do that in the Highland Heather. And again, using that same. Hey, Carol, glad you could join us. I see we have a few more popping on. Hey, Sue. Glad you could join too. All right, we're getting a crew here. So we're just making this fun little treat container. We just made the sour cream container and now we're making our little dog to decorate him. I wrapped it with some ribbon. I was telling Nancy earlier on my blog, you can find the PDF download for these projects that have all the materials I'm using listed, as well as all the sizes of all of the paper and whatnot. Okay, so anyway, got my lightest Highland Heather and I'm just going to fill in his hat quickly. Again, nothing too difficult. These blends really make it super easy. And they're fun to use. I think because they are easy. So that was the lightest color. Now I'm going to bring in the darker. And again, just kind of hitting where like the folds would be and really Stampin' Up! Their artwork makes it very easy to know where to kind of highlight around with the darker color. And then, again, blend it out with that light. Just like that. Now we're going to do his cape. That's also done in the Highland Heather. And I've got the light again. And I'm just going to quickly fill that in. Collar, the cape, grab that dark again, and again, just follow the outline. blend it out. Just like so. Okay, now I'm going to use the crumb cake. I'm going to start with the lightest to color him in. And again, just filling them in very quickly. Come back with the dark. Around his nose, around his chin here, around his belly, and his legs, and his tail, and then blend it out. Just like that. Now we're going to use the black for his nose and his eyes, and there is a light and a dark black, believe it or not. So we're just going to fill in his nose with the light, and then around his eye, again, with the light, and bring in the dark, and just around there, blend it out. And then, because when we color that, we kind of lose his eyeball, I'm going to use the color lifter, and I'm just going to right over his eyeball, add a little brightness. Just like that. So now he's all colored in. I'm gonna get these markers set aside. We will be using those again in another project, but we'll set them aside for now. I'm gonna try hard to keep my area kind of clean so I don't box myself in. How do you think that'll go? Get out of here. We now need our big shot. We're gonna cut out all of our little pieces. Okay, hopefully I've got the big shot in the camera here so you can see. And I have my layering circles. And I'm using scalloped and regular circles. All right, so we're going to start with this circle. Okay, there's our little dog. He's all set, so we'll put that back in the magnet bowl. Set this aside for another use. Okay, where is... I know. I did have I've misplaced my black layer. Oh wait, it's in here. There it is. And where is... Okay, my layers. My apologies. I thought I had everything in my bucket here, and I guess I didn't. But, okay. So now we need our black layer, I think. Nope, we want another purple layer. Okay, so we have 2 purple layers, and they are going to be our scalloped, both of them. This is actually Gorgeous Grape. My apologies if I'm bouncing the camera around. So we have the 2 scallops. This one's stuck to my plate here. There we go. Yes, my plates are well loved. And we need our black layer. Okay. There we go. Set this aside for the next time we need it. Okay, bringing these back in. Do I have my dimensionals? Okay. So now we're just going to add some snail. And he's going to layer on the smaller scallop. And basically those scallops just barely peek out right there. Then we're going to layer them onto the black. Like so. And then finally onto the other grape. Gorgeous Grape. There we go. And then using a couple of dimensionals. And I'm actually going to put my dimensionals right here on my treat holder. And pop him on just like so. That finishes our cute little sour cream container. So we have 2 of those, and they're both filled with those yummy apple taffies. All right, so we're going to set those aside. So again, if you visit my blog at www.katrinascreativeheart.com, you will be able to download the PDF that has all of the materials I used and the measurements for this project, okay? So the next project we're going to do is the little treat box here. My little baddie box. Isn't he cute? This is a little clear tiny treat boxes, and they come, I think, a package of like 10 of them for $7.50, but so cute and so handy and easy to decorate. And I love the little bats. So that's the next one we're gonna do. Let's put this over here. So I'm gonna set the markers over here and bring in our goodies for the treat box. All right, so these little boxes, they come flat and they have this little protective layer on them. They just have to peel away, and this keeps them from getting scratched up in storage. Oh, I'm sorry you missed some, Nancy, but this will be posted, so you'll be able to go back and see anything you may have missed if you want to later. So anyway, these cute little boxes, they come flat like this, and then you just unflatten them, and on these little score lines, you're just going to pinch them so that they're nice and crisp. Get it all into the box shape. Again, pinching There's the lid. And then our bottom. You want to take your bottom, these little side flaps, they go in first. Then this one here that has the little U shape in it, flatten that one. And then the one with the tab goes in last. Oops. Right down in there. Now, there we go. Now we have our little box. Ah, smart thinking, Carol. No phone interruptions. That's the way to go. Then I have a piece of the Bubble Cauldron and Bubble Designer Series paper. And this is cut at 1 7/8 by about 10 inches. Of course, I have the metric side open up here. So in metrics, that would be 24.5 centimeters. And this is, all I'm going to do is, I like to start with the side here. And I'm just going to line. Oh, actually, let's start here. And then pinch there. Let's see. There we go. Now I should be able to get it in there. Do you ever notice things work so much better when you're not on camera? Or is it just me? There we go. There we go. And then just pour in the candy, because the candy is going to help push that corner. I will tell you a secret. Candy corn is probably my most despised Halloween candy ever in the whole wide world. But my husband likes it, so I keep it around for the Halloween season for him. Makes it easy for me to stick to my diet because I don't like it. It's like the worst candy ever. Okay, so there's our inside of our box is taken care of. Then I have a 1 7/8 inch squared piece that I had cut off the top, the length of that. And that is for the top. So I'm just going to add a little snail. And just set that right on there like so. And then I'm going to bring in my scraps here. Actually, you know what? Let's use this one first. I'll use that for the bats. So I have my batty punch, my scallop punch, my round circle punch, and my stamp set. And let's see, we want the trick or treat. I'm gonna set that on there like so. Got the stays on for this one. Love the Saison ink. Smells so good. All right. So I'm just going to stamp that on there like so. All right. We're going to punch that out with our 1 1/4 inch circle punch. And this stamp set happens to be the Spooky Sweets that I'm using. And it is a bundle. It bundles with this Spooky Bats punch. So these are 10% discount if you buy the 2 together when this catalog goes live on September 5th. And then we're just going to punch out using the 1 3/8 scalloped circle punch, a scrap of crushed curry, and again, just using some snail, nothing fussy. We're going to layer those together. Okay, and then using a dimensional, we're going to pop that right on the top of our box. Just like that. All right, now I need my little bats. You're going to notice I have a mark. I used a marker, a permanent marker, and I marked my bats with this arrow pointing up. So this tells me I want to stamp this stamp in the upward position with this arrow pointing up when I go to stamp it down. And that way I know my punch is going to line up with these little bats. So we're going to get this like so. Ink up them little bad boys. Now I will tell you, bats in real life, I am petrified of them. My friend Tracy and her husband still laugh at me to this day. If you happen to catch this video, you'll know. You guys still laugh at me because I tried to capsize a boat trying to get back to shore when a bat flipped my hair out on the Redfield Reservoir. This was several years ago. They just got a new boat and she informed me that I can't tip this one over. But yeah, bats are probably my second biggest fear outside of mice, and basically they're just mice with wings, so it all comes to it's all the same to me. So yeah, probably not even a second greatest fear. It's just part of that phobia of rodents. So anyway, I got my bats, and again I have my little arrow showing me which direction. So now I'm going to bring in my bat punch, and they line up nicely if I can get it to stop shifting. Just, oops. Ah, that one's a tough one. There we go. 3 bats for the price of 1. And these little guys, I need my little mini dimensionals for this. I'm going to bring in these because these guys, I'm popping up. First one, the little one here, I'm just going to stick this little tiny dimensional behind him. Just like that. And I'm just going to stick that right on the front of our box. And now the 2 larger ones are going to get right on the back of his wing. And that one, we're just going to stick him there. And then this one, he's going to get a dimensional on the opposite wing. he's gonna go just like so. And you can actually flip those wings up to give them a little dimension too. But we're not quite done yet. We're still gonna add our double bow. Hi, Ruth. Okay, so double bow here, just like so. Where's the other end there? There we go. Just get this down to size a little bit. There we go. Trim it up. Get a glue dot. Auntie, I'm getting very excited about coming to Orlando in November. There. Okay, so that completes our little treat box with our little candy corn. Aren't they cute? I love the little treat boxes. So that's that one. This back in there. Okay. Oop. Next project. That would be, it is going to be great. I cannot wait. All right, next project is this cute little fun card. This is using the Bubble and Cauldron, or Cauldron and Bubble stamp set. And this is my little ghosts in the hat. And again, we're going to be using our Stampin' Blends to color again. So just set that aside. So what I have here is your standard everyday card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My bone folder, we're just gonna smooth that out. Then I have a piece of basic black. This is cut at 5 1/4 or 5 1/4 by 4, going this way. And then I have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper from that same paper collection we've been using. You'll notice, remember this, just using the flip side from the sour cream treat holder. And these just layer on the card like so. So where's my snail? So we're just gonna lay these down. Just like so. And like I said, on my blog, we do have the downloadable PDF, again, with all the measurements and supplies used on this card. You can find my blog at www.katrinascreativeheart.com. And after this video is over, I will actually upload this video directly to my blog with the corresponding post as well, so it'll be easy to find. Okay, so that, you can actually go ahead and put this right on our card base. This is the start of our cute little Halloween card. I know a lot of us don't really send out a lot of Halloween cards, but if you have grandkids or the littles in your life, these are fun to just give to them with a, maybe with their treat. So anywho, so I have a scrap of my Whisper White. As you can see, I used this for my my first card there that I made. Love this black ribbon. This will be in the new holiday catalog in the Halloween section, but I will tell you it's perfect for Christmas. You could use it for New Year's. It's very elegant for weddings. The silver sparkle. I don't know if the camera can pick up the sparkle in this very well, but it's awesome. Really, really awesome. Okay, so anyway, need our Memento black ink again, because again, we're going to be coloring with the blends, and you know, with the alcohol markers, we need to use an ink that is safe to use, and that would be your Memento, because the other black inks will smear. So I got my little hat, stamp him down, perfect. Then I want my ghost. I want 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp him 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And might as well get our sentiment stamped. I'm using for that Gorgeous Grape. I'm really liking these new stamp pad designs that Stampin' Up! Came out with. They're really quite nice. Okay, so there's my bubble in Bubble, Toil, and Trouble. All right, so just going to punch that out. Easy peasy, just like that. And I'm going to use a scrap of the Gorgeous Grape. Punch a second one out, because those are going to layer together. So I'm done with that. Now I just need to find where I did with my markers. Here they are. We need, let's see, for Highland Heather, we're using the dark green, Granny Apple Green, and we need the black. Okay, so the ghosts are very simple. All I did was take the lightest Gorgeous Grape and just kind of run along the one side, just to give them a little color. And the ghosts are done. Now the hat, I'm just going to fill in the witch's band with some Highland Heather, the light color. Just like that. Then I'm going to bring in the dark. And again, just going around the outlines. Fill them in. Okay. And then taking our lightest black, I'm gonna just fill in And again, nothing too fancy or dramatic, just filling it in. I don't like to do too big of an area at once because it is better to use this ink when it's still wet to get it to blend. So now I'm just going in and I'm filling in with some of the dark black around the outline. Around the band here. And then I'm going to come back and blend it out. Then fill in the top of the hat. This is a little more difficult to get around these stars, but again, you know what? You don't have to be perfect. It's just to get the effect. You've got some bad weather down that way, Carol? It got pretty dark here at one point, but then the sun came back out and it's been pretty nice. Again, no need to be perfect. Just fill it in. And I'm just going to go along the outline. Achoo! Excuse me. Along the band here. And then just blend it out. There. That finishes the hat. So now we need to bring in our big shot again. I just gotta find, there they are, my dies. We need the hat and the ghosts. Let's see. Let's bring this in again. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Weather somewhere. Okay. I get it. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, that sneeze caught me off guard there. It is allergy season for me. I don't know if anybody else has noticed here in the upstate New York region, but I've got trees out here already starting to turn color. So I'm thinking fall is right around the corner. Get that little ghost lined up. Okay, there we go. All right. Gonna Again, I apologize if I'm shaking the camera. Okay, so we have our hat. And we have one of our 3 ghosts. All right, you go back over there. There. Ghost number 2 coming right up. I'm sorry, Carol. It is. Yeah, you've got a delay too there, Nancy. I know I've got a delay on my end as well. But yes, I'm sorry, too early. I agree with you, too early, but I have one tree out here that's already dropping leaves in my front yard, and I noticed there's a tree across the road that's got yellow on it. So it's coming, whether we want it to or not. Summer in this state is very, very short, so enjoy it while it's still here. Okay, there's ghost number 3. All right, we can set this all aside now. We're done with the big shot. So now we bring back in our card and all of our pieces. And I'm just going to take these 2 pieces and just offset them a bit, just like that. Then I'm going to grab my ribbon, and I'm just going to make a little work. And let's see, I did not grab my tape. All right, we're just going to use a little Scotch tape to tack that down to the back here. Just like so. And then using a couple of dimensionals, and we're going to add that right about there. Then we need a dimensional for our hat. Go. Now we add a little ghosts. I want one to look like he's coming right out from behind the hat there. And these are all going on with dimensionals. He's coming out there. Oops. And he's gonna come out just like so. And that finishes the card. Isn't it cute? I love this Granny Apple Green. It's like one of my favorite colors now. Oh, there's something about it. So here's our project for today. We have the cute card. We have the little treat boxes. And we have the little sour cream container filled with treats. So on my blog, like I said, I have the downloadable PDF. Anyone who places a minimum $30 order on my online store between now and I did originally put August 22nd, but I'm going to extend it to August 23rd by midnight that night using the host code that's posted. I will send you all the materials to make these make and takes. The only thing is you cannot purchase the stamp sets until September 5th when the catalog goes live. But there's lots of other things out there. If you do spend that $30, you will get all of these materials for free to make these particular projects. Okay, so be sure to head over to my blog to download the project sheets so you'll have all your measurements and the list of materials needed. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a great night. I know I enjoyed it, and I will see you here next time. Bye.